This conference will now be recorded.
So for getting a DHCP IP, we need to make the DHCP server local to your other clients. So for that, what I am supposed to do is like I will go. Suppose this Centos is running. I need to go to this Centos settings and network, and then bridge adapter. By default, it is bridge. It means it's local to my router. Now I need to do host only adapter, and in that I need to have this VirtualBox host only Ethernet adapter, and then press OK. So it will be local to my host.
Sir, when I select the host adapter, the another option doesn't come, sir. It's blank. The name will be blank, sir, to me.
Can you check for any another adapter 2?
I check the 4 adapter, sir. Yeah, I check all the adapter 4, but when I select the host only adapter, the name will not come, sir.
And in advance, anything is coming here?
Yeah, advance is coming, sir, but the final OK button is also disabled, sir. Only cancel button is also enabled.
Advance is okay, but I'm asking what all options are coming in advance. In advance, your what to say? Your Wi-Fi device.
These options are coming, sir.
Okay, and then probably what I can say is post lecture we will look over it, how to debug this issue. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, but this is a setting you are supposed to do in both the thing like server and client as well to maintain the local host thing. And then if you do the DH client, it will do the DH client from this client, and you are running the DHCP server here. Then this client will fetch the IP from the Centos server, and in Centos server also you will be able to see that the client and the client MAC address is trying to fetch the IP, and the DHCP has offered XYZ, whatever the IP it is. Okay. You'll be able to see the logs on server, and we have seen that yesterday that it offers the IP. So today we are going to look about Stratus. It's an application which some of the company uses to manage their storage, and some of the Python thing, not the programming in Python, but yeah, how to manage the Python, and Cockpit and Docker. So what to start first? Okay, let's start with Cockpit itself. I've given everyone a link. It's again from a redhat. So everybody is able to access that link, whatever I've sent. Or not able to access.
Yes, sir, able to.
Okay. So Cockpit, it's a server administration tool sponsored by Red Hat, and which is focused on more providing modern looking and user-friendly interface to manage the administer servers. I mean, using and administering and utilizing more in terms of good GUI, handling your log creation, creating users, and several other things. So below we can see that what all feature it's having. It has the graphical user interface, a good graphical user interface. We'll see after some time, and you can install extra modules in it, and you can extend its capability. When it says, it means like maybe something related to SLNX, or we'll see something more if it has anything more. And Cockpit uses systemd socket, that it doesn't use any memory when it is not in use. That's great. Like it uses systemd socket, but only when it's utilizing the systemd, then it uses the memory. If it's not, then it doesn't use the memory out of it. And it's very easy to use, and it has several settings through which you can maintain the policy. So for installing, you need to run yum install Cockpit. I think I have already installed it, so it will not show anything to me. Yeah, it's already installed in the latest version. And now I need to enable it. Systemctl, enable cockpit.socket, and then start. And we need to add the rule in firewall as well. We need to add this service in the firewall. So for that, it's already enabled for me because I've added it. And then I need to reload. It's reloaded. After that, I need to install several modules and several other things to get it working. So for that, I will install yum install cockpit dashboard cockpit admin cockpit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So instead of entering the every dependency package, we can just put the stars. It will
No, I don't.
also
I don't want to do that. I will tell you the. I'll tell you the difference.
okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. This is all it's required. For me, it's all there. Okay, so you not to do anything. For you guys, you might need to install. You might need to install it. And then I need to restart the process. And after that, Cockpit generally works on 9090 port. So we need to open the Cockpit dashboard through a browser. So for that, I will need to log in to a browser. Let me open it up. So I need to know what is the IP for that system. 192.168.92.143. 192.168.92.43. 143 colon 9090, and then starting I need to add HTTPS. I pressed enter. Now it gave me this GUI. This GUI is coming from the server actually. Okay, so I'm accessing the server with this URL and a service running on the port 9090, and the service is Cockpit. So I can log in using any of the user. So I will go ahead and log in with users root. Same user and password, whatever you are using to log in into the system, you can use it. And there are several things. About system information you can see here, and logs you can see here. What all logs are coming, and if you face any issues, you can see DHCP log are here. And okay, if you want to look at DHCP log, does it says anything about the log file? No, it doesn't say where it's fetching from. I thought it says log file also where it's fetching from. No problem. So these are all the things you can look over, like what logs it's having, You can go to another page as well. Okay, this has 2 logs maybe. That's what it's trying to say. Okay. And storage, you can look over what all we have created so far, the volumes, the RAID, and I have created Docker containers also, so it's showing here. Containers I'm also having. And there are several other things it shows. I have these many hard disk drives actually. Some is having 8 GB, another is having 20 GB, 3 GB, 8 GB. And then volume group, LVM volumes we have created, it's showing here. RAID also we have created, it's showing here, RAID device of 8 GB. It's all showing which are all existing in the system. Networking, you can create some of the networking, and it shows the IP table, what all we have implemented, but it's actually log. It's not the rules which we have implemented. That you need to check at the IP tables -L only. Option will give you what all IP tables rules are applied already. And if you want to create any more network like ENP03, sorry, ENP0S3, ENP0S8, similarly, if you want to create any more, you can add VLAN or bridge accordingly. And this is showing the network speed and all. Okay, here it shows 5 rules. Yeah, you can see here the rules it's showing. For Cockpit, we have added this rule. For FTP, we have added this rule. For Samba, we have added this rule to be enabled. For SSH, we have added this rule. What it is for, it's written. So it's all I have added in IP tables. You can also do that like graphically here. But I'll prefer, I'll say that it's better to do using GUI and to make use of GUI. Okay. This also you can use. You can use at some point of time, like if you are less with the timings and you needed to look at the logs and do the things. In that sense, you can come back here, look at the logs and do the work and then go. Virtual machine you can create, but I think since my virtual machine itself is on virtual machine, sorry, this machine, whatever I'm opening, it's itself in a virtual machine, I will not be able to create because I have tried yesterday and it's not allowing me to create. It's failing some other places. So I'll not go ahead and install it here. Probably if you want, and if somebody has Ubuntu or any Linux installed on their desktop or laptop, I mean not in virtual machine I'm talking about, on your laptop or desktop, then probably you can go ahead and look at it, how it's been done here. Accounts, what all user I'm having, it's showing here. You can set up services, what all I'm having. You can maybe disable, enable. Yeah, you can disable, enable, start. So it's all whatever you used to do through command line, it's all giving us a GUI, better GUI. What all sockets running, what all timers running, and these are all the paths maybe for the variables which we set. Target is what target? Is it some different type of services? I'm not sure. Maybe some target services which is running, those can be get stopped or start from here, or maybe enable or disable. It's showing here. Diagnostic report, if you want, you can create a diagnostic report. Exited this SOS report utility is not installed. Okay, so I need to install this SOS report utility before I can run this. So it's another module which needed to be get installed to get the diagnostic report. That's what it's talking about. That it's very much flexible and we can install several other things to get to know about it. I mean, to utilize other modules. We can install individual module and you can utilize it. Kernel dump will not have, because we have not set it up the kernel dump crash memory. At least we are required to set up a 5 MB before when we have installed the system. It asked us, but we skipped it because we're not going to need that. So that's the reason. SE Linux is preventing LPQD from read access to sock file sockups.sock. So it seems to be some printer service which is getting stopped using this SE Linux policy. So if we hit any error, if we hit any issue, probably it can throws back, and then probably we can go and resolve it. But I will again say that this should not be your main area where you are coming and looking and resolving the issue. Your main area should be looking at the command line and errors in the dmessage or in messages or in system logs, anywhere. Software a day update, you need to register the system to get the software updates here, or maybe this Cockpit. I think terminal, it's terminal, whatever you wanted to do. It's terminal like what I'm having at either a putty or anything. I can do whatever I want. So this is all about Cockpit. Dashboard, it's the dashboard, pretty much good looking dashboard. You can have, suppose you have several systems running, and then if you wanted to look at all the things, you can look at here. Memory, network, disk IO. Maybe memory should be high. Yeah, memory seems to be high. You can see that. It has only 512 MB, maybe 1 GB, I think. Yeah, maybe. And here you can, this is the server, I think it has been added. You can add if you want another servers as well. I think that's what, yeah, IP address you can add, and you can add another servers also to look at their dashboard, or to connect their Cockpit running over here. So you can look at both the servers from here itself. Anybody has any doubt in this? So this is all about Cockpit. We'll proceed further. And that's Stratus. Okay, I'll explain about Stratus a bit less, maybe in last, because we are going to see the tutorial. We are not going to do the practical. If you want, you can do the practical. So we'll cover that in last about the Stratus, and we'll look at the Python, then we'll go ahead with the Docker. Okay, I will not remove anything related to Python over here. To be on safer side, I will prefer, for an example, on Centos 4, another virtual machine. It's visible to everyone, correct?
Yes, sir.
Let me increase the font size here. 150, 175. I hope it's visible more. Okay. But that was a good one. 150. Yeah. So Python-v, sorry. Python version is 2.7 version. Okay, here it's installed. Suppose you are coming up with an application and which is asking, hey, I want this Python to be greater than 2.7 or maybe equal to 3.0 or maybe greater than 3.0. So in that case, what you are going to do? ls space -al /user bin /python. We can see that we are having only 2.7. Okay, so suppose if anybody is asking, then what we can do is we can install the Python 3. This is not good. Okay, I'll resolve that later. Not now. Don't want to waste the. I'll switch back to another server. Let's go on the server itself. ls -al /user /bin /python. It's also having 2.7. Install Python 3. Okay, I'll not install it explicitly. Okay, so I pressed N and I exited it. Yum search Python. If I hit, it's going to give me lots of options. It has given lots of options. Okay, let me show you again with yum install Python 3. How many packages it's giving me? It's giving me the package with 9.3 MB and one package plus 3 dependency package. Okay, now I have hit with the star, the same thing. Let's see how many it gives this time. 13 packages it's going to install and plus 2 dependency packages, and it's going to download 21 MB and which is going to use 120 MB of your space. So I think you know the difference. Somebody has asked me that why we are not, I mean, there is another way to hit with the star as well. So there are several other packages are going to be get installed. Yes, I agree that you will get what you needed, but along with that, you will get what you don't need or you might not need at that moment. That is one thing. Second thing, if somebody is failing to be get installed or your package itself is having some dependency issues that in system it is some packages are installed and it's dependent on some packages, then probably you may not be able to identify, or you will be able to identify, but it hits with errors, lots of error it will give. That it has these many errors and these many issues it's having, and because of that we are not able to install this package. You need to debug that the dependency error is because of which package. That's another thing. And another thing is like if you're installing and somehow mute. Okay, thank you. No, it's not muted. So another problem you may hit is like suppose you are using your system and somebody hit with an issue and in some other day audit team is coming to audit your PC or your laptop or your administrator system that you should not have entered let any malware enter. In that case, they will come and ask you that why you have installed Python 3-devel, why you have installed Python 3-pip, PIP, why you have installed RPM 3-RPM generators, RPM 3-wheels, why you have installed all these packages, for what purpose you need it. In any case, suppose if somebody has found any vulnerabilities, Python 3-thinker, Python 3-test, Python 3-setup tools, anything, RPM macros, RPM generator, anything I'm saying. So if you say that, sir, I hit with the star, Python 3 star, and along with that, I got it. So it's not a good way to go ahead with that, because that's not acceptable. You should always use what you want. So I want to install Python 3. So I will give only Python 3, and along with that, whatever is coming, I will let go and install. I hope it explains why I have not added star in that time, and why I am keep on writing. You can see that you can see that here it's coming only with 3 extra packages: Python 3-libs, Python 3-pip, Python 3-setup tools. If anybody's come and ask me why you have installed Python 3-pip, I will say that I have installed Python 3 and along with the dependency it came. But if you are hitting star, it's not along with the dependency, it's you are installing intentionally there. Okay, and you will be held responsible for that. So please don't do something which is not needed. Do only which is needed. And you can state why you have installed Python 3, because that application is needed Python 3. And why you want to use that application, that it is requested by somebody. And I have already got an approval for that. So something like that you can say it. Because you are installing here, it's very good. But in corporate world or anywhere, if you are an admin, it's a bit tough to install anything according to your will and wish. You need to take several permission. You need to take care of the policies as well, what it is allowed, what it is not allowed, and then only you can go and install. Okay, so I hit with yes. So it's going to install Python 3, and we'll back to our previous topic, what we have been studying. Okay, it's failed. It doesn't mean it's got failed actually. If it's failed, it will try. Here you can see it's failed, but it doesn't mean that Python 3 installation got failed. It means that it is failing the fetching of the package from one server, so it will go and try to fetch the same package. You can see the Python 3-libs, it's trying to fetch, but it's got failed. But here it's trying to fetch again Python 3-libs, it has got success. So here you can see that nxtgen.com, it's trying to fetch this mirror from nxtgen.com. Now after that, it's trying to fetch the same package from bizfly cloud.vn. It has got failed. Maybe the server is down, or maybe our ISP is blocking this, or maybe our internet itself is blocking with some set of rules. We don't know. So it went ahead and searched the other mirrors, and it found it. And it has downloaded, and successfully you can see that it has installed. So you need not to worry about that, sir, it has got failed, it's failing and it's giving the error, and error number is 14, and what I need to do, could not resolve host, it's throwing the error, what I should do. You should not do anything. You should worried about what you wanted to achieve, whether you have got it or not. You wanted to achieve Python 3 to be get installed, you installed it, okay, well, good, go ahead. This says successful installation. If you are hitting with any issue here, then yes, you need to look it back why you are hitting any error. It's really it has tried all the mirrors and failed, not able to install, then yes, you need to fix your internet first. Or maybe there is some problem with the internet. Okay, like it was happening here in the another window. I have that internet problem in that virtual machine. I need to fix that and then rerun it. I can show you right away. I installed, I'm running the same command in another server, Centos 4. You can see it's tried with several. First of all, it was trying to update. Now it's trying to fetch the same packages from different mirrors, you can say, and it's failed all of it. And now it's showing with the error at the bottom that error downloading package, not able to download all these packages. So yes, I need to look at the problem that why it's failing with all the mirrors. Okay, and I need to resolve the internet problem of this virtual box, and then after that it will go ahead. So that was the issue, and yeah, we were about how to change the Python version. When we see here, it has Python 2. You can see Python 2, Python 2.7, Python 3.6, Python 3.6, Python 3.6 M. I don't know what is M. Okay. So if we need Python 3.6, then I need to run Python 3. Python 3 space -f1 version. It will tell me the version name is Python 3.6.8. Okay, and if I hit Python 2, this is the version, and if I hit only Python, the same version. Python and Python 2 are giving me the same version. Okay, so most of the application are not going to use the numbers. It means most of the application are not going to enter Python 3. They will just hit enter. They'll just hit Python and their application name and then enter. And they will complain that, hey, I don't have 3.6 Python. I want more than 2.7 Python. So how to give them Python 3.6 or any XYZ version with the Python command itself. Okay, so does anybody knows what does this mean? Like why it's coming with different color, then arrowing, and then it's coming with a different color?
That is soft link.
Yes, it's soft link.
And green is for give you full permission. 777.
No, it's not for full permission, I think. You can see here also. This is green. Okay, it has also, this is also green, you can see, but it doesn't have 777. Correct? This doesn't have 7,
Okay.
this doesn't have 7, this has 7. So green means it's executable actually. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Mm, just a second. I was here. We are getting an extra bit, yes. So you can see here something. I'll show you a bit interesting. Every file in Linux system is internally mapped to an inode number, and that inode number is the only thing which understands by a file system, not file system, sorry, the operating system. And that inode number is correspondingly matched to this string, and this is visible to us. So when we call this string, ultimately inside the program or inside the kernel or the operating system is going to talk about this particular inode number. So having said that, are we seeing any inode number which is similar? Python 2.7. No, it's not similar. These two are similar.
So last
Okay.
two is same, sir.
But I was expecting these two to be same. 5455. Okay,
Sir,
I'll check why it's not same.
one more doubt, sir.
Hmm?
That is for soft link, right? Soft link, the number will definitely different, no, sir. Only hard link, I know number only the same. It's
Okay,
right.
okay. Hard link it will be same. Yeah, correct. For hard link it will be same. For soft link it will be different.
Yeah, sir.
So here we are creating soft link. So for that it will be a bit different. Soft link is again a file, but okay. Let me tell about what is soft link and what is hard link. Soft link actually it's a link. It's only a link in between the actual file and the file where we have created it, or the with the name whatever we have created. So Python 2 we have created with Python. So if I delete this file, what is the size of this file? You can see the size of this file. Actual file is this one 2.7, and the size of this file. If we delete this file, it has nothing to do with Python 2.0. Python 2 is not going to be get deleted. If I delete this, this is not going to be get deleted. But yes, if I delete this one 2.7, definitely this is also not going to work. This is also not going to work, because ultimately whenever I'm going to execute the Python by using command, it's going to point this 2.7. It's going to execute internally this one. So if I remove the actual file, then you will hit with an error that not able to find the Python 2.7 or not able to find the Python. So actually it's about soft link. Hard link is like it will have the same inode number we can see here, and we can create the same name with another hard link, and obviously it's going to take the memory as well, as we can see here. So let's learn how to create a soft link. So first for that we will remove the Python file, this Python. We'll remove this Python which is pointing to Python 2, and Python 2 is pointing to Python 2.7. So ultimately our Python is pointing to 2.7. Now what I want is Python to be get pointed to 3.6. So I will make a soft link. So but before that I will need to remove that. User bin Python. That's gone. Python has gone. Now ln space -s user bin Python 3 space user bin Python. That's it. Now we will see our Python is now pointing to Python 3. That's visible to everybody, I think. Now, what I will do is I will run the command python space -- version, which previously you can see above, it is giving me, if I'm giving python -- version, it's giving me 2.7. Now let's see what it is giving now. It's giving me 3.6. So I believe it's clear now that how we can change the Python version. This is one way to do that. Another way is you can export the symbol that whenever you wanted to use Python 2.7, it's better to use Python. That also you can do, but this is a good way. What I felt is, because ultimately Python is again going to talk to your 2.7. So at some point of time, you might need to export the variables also. That is required. So for exporting the variable, I can say mm, let me give a try with this. Okay, I want my Python to be show me 2.7 once again. So let me give a try if it works or not. I'm not sure. Path equals to dollar path / user / bin / Python 2. Okay, let it Python 2 itself. Sorry, this has to be in the double quotes. It says that path is not able to find. Let's try this one. Oops, I have double quotes. This is also not found here. Okay, ultimately this will work. Let's see if it's able to pick Python path. Just a second. Yeah, just please wait for a second, please. Sorry, guys. I was on another call with Vinit sir. Yeah. So, yes, somebody was saying something. Somebody was trying to say something.
No, sir. Just I asked. Screen pass. That's why I called.
Oh, okay. This used to be the way. I'll see how we can export a symbol for Python.
Export
Okay.
-FN. Try this.
Export -FN -FN now.
Yes, sir.
And that's it. Is this what you're saying?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I will try in another way later. It's not working here. It's showing that it's not a function. Okay.
Sir,
So
we have to
we'll see that
export
how export. We'll see later, and when we'll see, probably I'll ask you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, but anyhow, we know how to change. We know how to change the Python. Okay, how to change the version. That's it for Python changing the version numbers and all. Now we are with the Dockers. I will share one more link to everyone to go through that. This is installing and using a Docker on CentOS 7. So I can start it, I think. So Docker is an application
Sir,
Let me
the
also
website
do
is showing
reset.
error, sir.
What error, sir? After clicking, I'm able to open it.
Unexpected error occurred. Just.
No, sir, it's coming.
Is
Maybe network
everybody?
issue.
Yeah, maybe. I have
No,
accessed it yesterday.
sir, the screen is flickering, sir.
So how website can flicker your screen, man? So probably you can try any another browser, or you can try in your phone as well, typing that particular link. Okay. And I believe it's working for other people,
Okay,
and it's
sir.
working for me also. Yeah. So it's an application that make it simple, easy and simple to run application processes in a container. And container are like a virtual machine. It's not exactly virtual machine, but it's kind of like a virtual machine. I'll tell you the difference what it is. And it is more portable and more user friendly, and what to say, it's more customized in terms of usage. Not here. I don't want to open paint there. Oh. So I have opened paint. Let me see if I need to give. Okay, let me go ahead with the paint itself. Because when you say Docker, anybody can ask you that what is the difference in between Docker and virtual machine. This is kernel space. This is kernel is running. This is user space, and all your application is running. And this is your hardware. So virtualization, what happened is, like, you will install an application here. It will install several other drivers in kernel as well. And then it emulates this. It emulates your what to say, your hardware. And on the top of that, it install its own kernel and everything. And it act this as an independent. This is a virtual machine. Sorry. Okay. It install its own kernel and it act this box. Virtual machine is an own identity. And this kernel, this virtual machine will also have the same thing. This is the kernel, and obviously it will have user space also, the way we have our user space in our laptop. This is a user space application you will be working here. Okay. Now coming to container, what it will have. It will not have its own kernel. It will use it's an application. So this is a Docker, and it's an application which is running in your user space application, and which will provide you all the things whatever a virtual machine is having. Not all the things, I mean most of the things. It will provide you a network thing to talk with this your hardware. It will provide you a disk also, taking from your hardware. Disk space where you can read or write or whatever you wanted to do. It will provide several other things like you will feel like you are running a Linux system, but in a precise manner. Precise manner, we'll see what is called precise manner in next in couple of minutes. But the main difference is this: it's going to utilize the kernel. It's going to utilize all the drivers from this hardware or from the existing operating system itself. Either it's a Windows OS or either it's a CentOS or either anything. It can be there. Any operating system is there. On the top of that, Docker is going to run as an application, and it will not have its own kernel. It is going to utilize the kernel of the existing operating system. But virtual machine, definitely it's going to emulate the hardware, and after emulation it's going to install all the things, application and driver and all. And when we install an operating system, in that operating system we will have a customized, sorry, not customized, we will have a kernel which is coming with the ISO. So this virtual machine will have its own kernel and its own application, but here everything is in application. There might be a thin layer of the small system files, but that's not kernel. I hope everybody understand the difference here. The Docker container and the virtual machine, it's all not the same. Okay, we'll have access to all the things, all the resources what we were having here, but how it is internally utilizing, you can see the difference here. Anybody is having any doubt here? Okay. So if nobody has any doubt, let's proceed with the installation of installation and working on the Dockers. So for installing the Dockers, you need to update yum update. You need to run and what open. Okay. So it can be the side effect of the export variable, maybe. Let's restart. After restarting, the export variable will go away and it will come up with the should go like that. I should be selecting another kernel version. Yep. So let me go ahead with the uh, link whatever I shared with you. So in that I can install I can update my system, and after updating the system, what I have is I need to get the repository location of the Docker that we need to install. After installing, when you do yum space update, you will see that previously it might be downloading from EPL or base. Now it will download from the Docker hub also. So one repository will get enabled. And after that, you need to see whether the repository Docker service is running or not, and then you are required to download several other things. Hmm. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, let's finish first what we have started. We'll see the practical. So after that, we can add our user in the Docker profile. After adding that, we need to run the Docker command to fetch the operating system. Whenever you are installing an operating system, you might have seen it comes with the GB, but here it comes with 100 MB, sometimes 85 MB. That's all. But actually, that's not an operating system. That's not a full-fledged operating system. That's the minimal required to run that particular operating system. Minimal required thing to run that operating system. That's what it's going to come. And I believe that most of the time it's going to come with Linux only. So as you go down, you will be able to see that they are running a hello world. So what that hello world does is it downloads the operating system, it runs a Python file in that, and just which simply prints the hello world and exit it. So it's like OS is running, doing its job and exiting it. That's it. And you can suppose you wanted to run some application which is using Java. So for that, you need to download the operating system with Java, Docker operating system with Java. That's what the meaning of here is. It's Docker. Suppose if you wanted to host a website in Dockers, probably you can download the Docker which is having Apache, and then you can install it. Or what one more thing you can do is you can download and you can if Apache is not there, then you need to install the Apache or HTTP service and corresponding web services or corresponding dependencies also you need to install, and further then you can run your website. Similarly, you need to install you need to download a operating system which will have FTP. In case if you want to host your FTP server on a cloud, in that case you want to download the FTP server with the Docker, and then probably you need to run that. So for pulling operating system, the command is docker space pull space Centos. let's say if you are pulling CentOS, if you want to pull Ubuntu, you can simply run docker space pull space Ubuntu. Docker images, you can it will give you the uh, image which is locally available. Docker search space CentOS will search and will give you the what are all images are available in the Docker Hub repository with the name of CentOS operating system. So when I say downloading operating system, it's not like you are going to download from a particular website, but yes, you the Docker command is going to download for you. The operating system is from the Docker Hub repository. And we can run we can run an particular image with several arguments. Let's say if you're running with -i and -t, it will give you an interactive shell access to you, and in that you can log in by mentioning the Docker. What is that number? Is it's about, there will be an image number, so you will be able to log in by mentioning that image number. And if you want to stop that particular container, that's not image number, that's container ID actually, or image ID or container ID you can say. So if you want to stop that particular container, Docker container, you can you can add a command called docker space stop with space container ID. So this is the basics about Docker. It would have been more interesting if I have the access to this. Okay, I'll stop recording for now. And one more thing I can say that before going ahead, yeah, I'll stop this recording. Let's see.
This conference will now be recorded.
So we will be downloading the Docker repository, and not Docker repository, I can say. I mean the Docker daemon and all Docker application which is required to run. So it's going to download all the things and run it here. Since I don't have it, since active internet connection with this virtual machine, probably it's not letting me to download. Anyways, we'll proceed further because I have everything installed locally, and I'll be able to showcase you things. So I can see that systemctl status Docker, it's already running because previously I have installed it. I have made the status to start, and then I have enabled the status, so it's running. Now what I will do is I will just show you the image, what option I'm having. Image space list. It's not there. Please wait 1 second. Yeah. So okay, we'll go and see the Docker help itself. What it says. Docker images. will give me the list of images. So these are all the images, hello world and CentOS, two locally images available. You can see the hello world, it's just 13.3 KB and the CentOS OS have image of 231 MB. So I can run the image, one image, which will only show me the output of hello world. That's it. Nothing more than that. Which is going to run and give me the output of hello world, hello from the Docker. You can see this message, it's coming. Hello from Docker. This message shows that your installation appears to be working correctly. That's it. And these are all the messages again. So that's one thing. Another thing, this is just about hello world only. Now come back to the real example. So let's say if you want to do some work in CentOS. So you might need to search the CentOS image. Sorry. I'm sorry for that. Also, it needs internet.
Sir, maybe you change the VirtualBox NAT into something host like
Is
that.
it so? I don't remember, but I can give a cross check. Server settings, network. No, it's still bridge. It's still bridge. Sometimes what happens is like it's maybe some issue with the VirtualBox that after some point of time it just gives up with the network. I'm not sure why. Sometimes I leave my system for maybe one day or maybe one night. Then probably if I come back in morning, I see that network is not working. So it's not the issue with your virtual machine, but yeah, maybe that issue is with the VirtualBox. But that doesn't happen in real system. Even though if you come after a month, after a year, that should work and that will be working. So let's wait for this to boot up and then we'll try to see. So what we'll do next is we'll search the CentOS and we will download the CentOS image, and after that we'll go into that and we'll try to do something. We will see we have a connection now. We have all these Docker CentOS 7, CentOS 7 with system D, CentOS 7 with Java, Jenkins core, Python 3. So there are several things. CentOS 6 is also there. You can see here. CentOS 6 is here. CentOS with Python 3. This is CentOS 32-bit. CentOS 7 with Jenkins, CentOS 6.9 with SDK built for development tools and with no development tools. And then there are several things. CentOS 7 is system D. So there are several things. It will be worthwhile knowing the CentOS. Let us go into, let us run the CentOS with -i-t option and see what it gives us. We have gone into this root and that this number is showing correct, say 074F00. So it means that our CentOS container is running and we are inside that. You can see these are all the files is again present inside the container. We have logged in into the container. It means we are into the root of the container. You can see what a Linux system used to have the folders. Here also we have all the folders, similar folders we can see. Let's see yum works here or not. It works here. Yum works there. So I'm just giving an example to install HTTPD. So you can see that it's trying to download something there and whether it's working or not. No URL ping is working or not. It is working. I need to check. Cannot prepare internal mirrors. No URL. Okay. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, in the settings, can we establish the bridge host, sir? Can you try once?
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. No, internet is working. Repo itself is not there. Let me check the repo.d file.
vm/etc/ repo.d, sir. repo.d. vm/etc/m repo.d.
I don't see. Inside yum, I don't see anything. Whereas protected.d plugin conf.d.
Sir, after m without slash.
Without slash, sir. m.repo.d.
Okay. Let me see if I need to enable or not. It is enabled. There's nothing in the mirror list.
Sir, please can you use the command dnf clean all? Once try once, sir.
Wait.
Sir, one more doubt, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Sir, can you check in
Yes.
the settings storage is the DVD has to be mounted or not? Can you check once?
Okay, tell me what you wanted to do that first, and tell me why.
Sir, the M repositories are not working means the DVD can be mounted or not. We can
There's
check it.
nothing. No, there's nothing to do with the DVD here. I'm
Okay,
not
sir.
in
Thank you.
virtual machine. I'm
Yeah,
not in
okay, thank you.
virtual machine right now. I'm in the container actually.
Okay.
And container is going to fetch everything from the internet. Got it? This
Yeah, okay, sir.
one is shows that I'm into the container. If I'll press exit, it will exit and it will give me the my normal Linux root. Okay. Events, exit history, images, import, inform, spectacle, login, PS, RM, starts, tag, top, update, wait. Okay. This is also going to give me the same. Yeah, because it doesn't have much. So what I am trying to do is I have the running Docker container and I have exited from there. So now I wanted to attach my console again with that particular Docker. I forgot the command. This is the machine which is running for Centos C07. 6 minutes ago, exited about a minute ago. Okay, let's run another. So, update was not working. Okay, I'll see what why it's not working and the internet issue. Yes, any suggestion for any from anybody? Let's try this or try that. You were saying something. Something about bridge you have said. I couldn't get that. Who was suggesting?
The network
Tell
type
me.
is bridge or NAT, sir?
I don't think that should be matter because I'm able to Google the ping. Sorry, I'm able to ping the Google.
Okay.
wget google dot sorry wget itself is curl is there. Curl is there. It's downloading the file. So yeah, internet is working. No issues. There's no any issue with the internet.
Sir, maybe we should enable repo install. It's is enabling the repository, right?
What is that?
repo install. I think it's enabling the local repository, right, sir?
No, the remote repository is mentioned there.
Sir, once we can remember, is there any possible of service has to be installed or not?
Service has to be installed or not means which service you are saying?
Daemon, sir. In firewall, we have to allow the in firewall or what? Otherwise, systemctl command installed services.
No. Mhm.
Sir, if we enter the m install httpd, what error is coming, sir?
It's not correcting with the mirror. Okay, what I can do is let me stop the recording. So probably we can try to debug it, and if not, I'll find a way how to do that. And probably in next session, we will go inside the Docker and we'll try to install whatever we needed.